This should have ended in seconds. It really should have. But instead, it spiraled into one of those moments that just keeps getting worse, and worse, and then even worse. It all started with a woman waiting at a red light. Just a normal intersection, normal day, normal traffic. The car in front of her doesn't move when the light turns green. So she waits a second. Then two, it happens, right, she gives a light, friendly tap on the horn. Just a quick little beep, nothing happens. So she taps it again, a little bit longer this time. Still. The car just sits there. She figures the driver must be distracted, probably on their phone. Or maybe they dropped something. It's an easy mistake. So, she does what pretty much anyone would do in that situation. She honks again. A real honk this time, a good, solid one to get their attention. That's when the driver in front of her suddenly slams on their brakes hard. The brake lights flare up, and now things are officially awkward. Then, it gets worse. The driver's door opens. A man gets out of the car. He's not angry, he's not yelling, he doesn't look road ragey at all. He just gets out, and stares. He stares right at her car. Then, he starts walking back towards her, nice and slow. By now, the traffic behind them is starting to pile up. People in other cars are looking over. Wondering what the holdup is, she immediately locks her doors. The man gets to her window and taps on the glass. Not aggressively, just a polite little tap tap tap. She's totally confused but cracks the window open just an inch. He leans down, his face calm, and says very quietly, "You know the light was still red, right?" She freezes. She looks up past his shoulder at the traffic light. And it is, without a doubt, bright red. That's when it hits her, the wave of absolute, soul-crushing embarrassment. The light she saw turn green wasn't for her lane. It was for the turn lane right next to her. She had just laid on the horn, multiple times. At a man who was doing absolutely nothing wrong. He was just obeying the law. And now, there's a line of cars behind them. People are definitely watching this whole bizarre interaction unfold. Someone a few cars back honks, adding to the symphony of her shame. The man just gives her a little, knowing smile. A smile that says, "I understand," he says. "Have a nice day," turns around, and calmly walks back to his car. He gets in and just sits there, waiting for the actual green light. The seconds feel like an eternity. Finally, the light for their lane turns green. She has a choice. She can make the turn she was originally planning to make, which would mean driving right alongside him and possibly making eye contact again. Or she can just escape. She floors it. But instead of turning, she drives straight. Right through the intersection, past her intended route, into uncharted territory. She just keeps going anywhere but there, because turning would have been just too much to handle. This whole thing could have ended in seconds, but instead, it escalated way too far. If you enjoy stories about normal situations that somehow spiral completely out of control, make sure you subscribe to Funny Stories for more. Thanks for watching.